Truth Man here. The channel is the No Majors, No Simping All Subjects channel. So we have a content by request, and I think that he's doing y'all a favor here, man. Like when people make a content by request, a lot of the topics be so good that it's like they're basically donating to you, like literally. So Alvin H, we'll just call him, he wants me to talk about women in the workplace. So I'm gonna cover a lot of facets of this. Women in the workplace. First of all, I'm gonna tell you this. You work with a lot of women, even if you only work with one. A lot of the time, I would say a high percentage of the time, 9 out of 10, they're gonna create some type of problem. Either it's gonna be with you and other guys, the simp guys, the guys that want them all to want them, the beta male guys who like if you work in corrections or you're police, these are the guys that really probably wasn't getting a lot of sex when they were young, like teenagers, early 20s. So now they just want to screw everybody. They wasn't getting it like that in their 20s. Because they ain't had nothing. Now they got slingshots, they got Harleys, they got Corvette, all type of stuff now. So now they strutting like a peacock. And a lot of times those women will be the secret agitator between you and these type of guys. A lot of these guys is so weak as men, they might as well let their woman peg them with a strap on. They ain't got no manhood left. So I'm gonna cover this, and shout out to you for I'm gonna try to stop saying the amount, but for the amount that you shared for this content by request, appreciate you, as I appreciate all the rest of you who support what I'm doing over here on this channel with your content by request. So, women in the workplace. Again, this is twofold because a lot of the men have become like women and they back these women up against you. And I know what I'm talking about because I've had these problems. Like, you know, being in corrections, man, you're going to always have a lot of women who they make more than you or they make the same as you, but they only pull that man card when it's convenient for them. Like, I told y'all about why I quit the last job. Now, I'll be honest. It wasn't really women, but it was because of a woman. The event, now get this. So if you remember the story, if you've been following my channel, I told y'all exactly what happened. And if we have issues with the device, I will make a part 2, no problem. But a couple days prior to the event that made me decide I didn't want to work there no more, there was a woman screaming frantically on the radio while a guy was getting beaten severely and she wasn't helping him. Now, everybody there made at least $30 an hour. That's at the lowest. Everybody there, well, in our department, was at 30 or more. So she like, that's how she was talking. And then she got back on again. They was trying to get her to talk clear. Hurry. Them dude, come to find out it was 4 dudes jumping one guy. And the captain, he tried to get on me, but get this, when that happened, he said, he downplayed it. Well, you know, you have a duty to care, and blah, blah, blah. I don't think he wrote her up or nothing. Right? Now watch this. Watch this. I'm going somewhere. So when I had my fight on my door, I did everything they told me to do because I had a fight a month or two prior to that, and one of his lieutenants told me to let them fight. Stay out of the way. Call it in. Let the people respond. Take care of it. You go behind the desk. Start your paperwork. Gathering up property. This, that, and that. That's what he told me. Right? Right. Now, so the sergeant that responded first was like one of the nicest looking sergeants. I don't know. I'm not going to accuse him. I don't know if he has something going with her or wanted something going with her. But when I called it in, even when I was at the juvenile, they did not want you to act when you're by yourself. They just want you to like kind of watch everybody and only act if you need to act, right? Now, the two guys that was fighting, we had a winner, but he was fighting back. The other dude was fighting back. So they come in, they break it up. He calls me to the office. Now, keep in mind, a couple of them times, they were trying to mandatory me because a woman would say, I got to pick up my kids. I can't stay. You can't get nobody to stay. So they'll try to get me. And one night I wasn't going for it. I said, look, I just got mandatory last night. So it's on somebody else. Them women be calling me like, can you take my mandatory? Can you take my mandatory? I'm like, no. I'm not finna be here like that. The way they be tripping, no. The officers was cool, but the way they ran things overall, if you off, you might want to take your off day. So he let her slide, tried to write me up, although we work in the same job. That's something you're going to deal with right there. That's why if you work with women, stay out of their way. You don't got to talk to them. Some of them ain't going to like you anyway. They're going to think of reasons not to like you, no matter what. If you smashing all of them, they're going to be jealous of the other ones. Dude, listen. It's rough working with women, man. It's rough working with women, man. They be talking about you in the break room with the beta male, practically women dudes. And you find out and you be checking them. And so this is what women always try to say. But it's dumb because any woman that knows me know that I get down and fight any man. Anybody that know me knows that. But women, they can't accept accountability. A lot of them. You'll have a couple of them. You always gonna have them couple that you cool with, you'll deal with. But it's always going, from what I see, it's always gonna be more that you need to stay away from than that you cool with and can deal with. That's one of the things that make it hard to work with them. And the environment matters too. The type of job matters. If you somewhere where you got to be close to them, it's gonna be a problem eventually, buddy. Eventually. If you get on them, they'll say something like, you could have just been and got into it with 3 dudes. And they'll say, you ain't gonna talk to them like that. Be like, since when? Since when? Like, I done got into it with her and she gonna bring up other dudes. But then when I start crashing out, oh, you this, you that. You trying to go back to the Bible. Like they Jezebelic, man. They bring up stuff that don't need to be brought up, and they bring up stuff sometimes because they don't want to be accountable to no man. They use men, some of them dang near L's. I'm telling you. Some women literally want to be L's, but they scared to go to hell, with some of them still gonna go there. And or they scared of what they family gonna say. So a lot of times you dealing with straight up studs, and you dealing with women who they practically want to be with a stud or want to be in that life, but they worried about what people gonna say because some of them was talking that Bible-ish. The Bible ain't ish. I'm just saying when some people talk it, it's like ish. Talking that Bible stuff at one point or another in their life. And they know people gonna be like, man, she this, she that. You got a lot of that on a lot of these jobs, man. Then it's like this. Think about all the issues we talk about in the manosphere. You gotta go with them for 8 hours or more per day, all condensed. You dealing with everything we talk about in the manosphere. They emotional. They'll hate you if you're not voting for the same person as them. Dude, it's rough, man. It's rough. You got to be dedicated to the job. And I'm telling you, a couple of the jobs I quit, I'm telling you, a lot of time when I quit, I take that back. They had something to do with it. It was some where it wasn't. Like the last time, it wasn't me towards me directly at that facility. It was dudes trying to go easy on them and all that. So I was getting mandatory. Everybody say I had the best off day pattern. Because that 1 week I get to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Where if I could be off, I got the whole weekend off on my schedule. We all had different schedules. So, but what they was doing was, like when I decided to quit, they had already took Friday, right? I come in there and they gave me a slip for Sunday. And then I go in the office, I got one off day left, and this dude criticized me, acting like I'm a punk or something when I'm doing what they told me to do. I'm like, man, I'm doing what your lieutenant, I'm doing what y'all teach here. I'm doing what y'all teach. Nah, I'm going to be honest. Had I not been dealing with all of that, I had a car accident. I had to call in. And they gave me a little write-up thing. And they was taking I was getting mandatory every week. And it's like, I'm looking at the money like, man, this ain't even that much money for me to be here like this. Now, so then that happened with him. And when he said I was going to take it and go back up there and do my work. But when he said that there's going to be paperwork, I just felt fire all in my chest, my stomach. I was furious. But I got this thing where I try my best not to let people get me in trouble. Because you get to fighting people and stuff, you going to jail. And they might jump you. And you get to if me and him got to fighting in that office, and I got the upper hand on him, man, they got tasers everywhere all the time. Ain't no telling who gonna come in there and try to help dude. So I went and sat downstairs, and I came back up there and said, you ain't got to write me up, I quit. Now, watch this. There's more. When, like the day before, either the day before or that same day, I'm in the office talking to another lieutenant. Why one of them lieutenants called me a new jack? Now keep in mind, we got 3 facilities in the organization, basically. You got the juveniles, you got the jail, and then you got them, where I was at. So she tried to call me a new jack. I was not going for it. No way. I done worked in 2 states. Some of them people you like is new jacks. I ain't no new jack. I done had to deal with all type of situations in correction. That most people, I done had to catch people jumping off a balcony. Oh, come on, man. I was not going for it. A woman did that. She said, yeah, but you new jack. I said, hold on now. hold on now. I ain't trying to be disrespectful. You a lieutenant, but with all due respect, I ain't no new jack. I said, I might be new here, but I ain't no new jack. New jack mean basically you don't know what you're doing. You just starting. But if you come from somewhere else, you new to that facility, but you not new jack. New jack mean you just getting started. I was not going for that, man. And then sometimes they'll be talking to you all crazy. You better be really built for a job if you got an unhappy female boss. An unhappy male boss, he'll be a little D-head, but a lot of times it's not as bad as you got an unhappy female boss. She got a good home life, this, that, and the other. She might be pleasant, but boy, if she don't. Oh my goodness. Look out. Now, I done had some decent female bosses. I'm going to be honest about it. But the ratio, the decent to the ones that I ain't like, it was more that I didn't like. And I think when you more masculine, they can like sense it, and they always spend their time micromanaging you, picking with you. Same thing in Texas. Same thing in Texas. When they made a first shifter, she was on first shift, and me and her was equals, like we was both 4s. They made her a 5. She already had it in for me from that time where I'm like, she was being weak and soft acting. And I knew it. And I'm like, dude, they didn't like the fact that they worked there longer than me, but I was stronger than them. Like, when I come to the house, it was a halfway house. I come through the door, you could hear a pin drop. Just they knew I wasn't going to be playing. And I don't care. I will run the steps. We call it running the steps on you. And you'll be thinking you fresh and clean when all your clothes going to be put in the bag. You're going to be institutionalized again. And you ain't going to work. They knew that we called it LOP, loss of privilege, that I wasn't playing. She's supposed to be a supervisor, but every time, like I used to do this, I'd just sit on the porch and I'd be looking in there just listening, like doing this. Like, how you gonna correct me and you don't even know how to control these dudes? So when I come in though, them dudes will sit down and they'll shut up. Cause they know I'm gonna be like, hey man, it's too loud in here, man. Y'all need to sit down. They say something slick. Hey man, go take a timeout. That's the first step. They still talking. Hey, we need to do a check-in on this guy right here. He still talking? He think he being cocky, being arrogant, like I care? 225. Right up. They knew it. So but with her, with them, they'll keep telling them all day, too loud, too loud. So one time, one of them gonna say, don't write them up for everything. I said, man, if I'm telling them, if they not listening to my directions, then we going to the next step with it. I'm treating them like young men. I'm treating them like men. Some of them grown. If you don't got to write them up for everything, this another thing. A lot of women, they are going to find somebody, it's going to be hypocrisy, to go easy on while they put somebody else under their magnifying glass. It happens every time. Every time. And this another thing. They weak-minded and green. So if you in corrections or you a police, you always have to watch women. You don't just have to watch the subject. You got to watch the nurses. You got to watch the psychiatrist, because if you don't, guess what's gonna happen? Like she gonna be kissing his thing. Kiss and suck, kiss suck. You got to watch him. Like, I was working with this one. Another thing, I'm telling you, part of what led to me quitting the other facility, women. Green, dude's touching on her, everything. I really should have told on her, but I said, you know what? I told her, I said, look, they kept putting her with me. I said, look, you can't let them go in the linen closet. Well, they say that it's up to your own. No, it's not, man. Like, I'm getting mad because look, I know how this go. If something goes wrong, because you're a woman, they're going to want to blame me. That's how it is all across the board. When marriages go wrong, they always try to blame the man. And the man got to have his ducats, have everything, all his T's crossed and I's dotted. They touching on her. I said, look, and then a couple times I would look at the camera, because I was entertaining. I bet they was laughing in the off. I'd be like, you gotta watch them, man. They always do. They milking at all times, a lot of them. Not all. Milking. Another situation. I used to do this thing, right, where I had the dudes on pins and needles, because I had them snitching on each other. They'll be like, but I ain't no snitch. I ain't no snitch. You a snitch. You be singing and all this. I come out. I'll be having my break in the back. I'll be like, man, y'all be quiet or ain't none of y'all coming out. All you niggas is some snitches. And they'll laugh. I ain't no snitch. I say, I got 2 snack bags for you. If you tell me, hey, he gonna back out of his door and start smiling. I say, yeah. They all start laughing. So a guy was on restriction. I told them, I said, even if you're on restriction, if you see something and I can prove it, you tell me. Say, I got you. So dude was in restriction. He was in his door like this, watching them, hoping to get one of them cooked. So the woman was new. She at the desk. I'm doing a check going around. He said, Howard, he just went in y'all break room. I said, what? He said, he just went in y'all break room. He said, snack bag. I said, if you right, you ain't lying. So when I went down there, looked in there, lo and behold, not only was this ninja in the break room, but he put our county wear clothes, a coat on. He put her coat on and was looking at the snacks like this, contemplating if he gonna eat them all. So when I came, he looked like shocked. I grabbed him. When I grabbed him, I slapped him. Like just slapped him with both hands. Jacked him up, brought him out there by the desk. She was looking like, oh my God, he went in there. I said, take the coat off of him. She took the coat off him because I knew that if I would have dumped him, it wouldn't have been as effective because he had that coat on. So she took the coat off. I picked him up and dumped him to the ground. Boom. She called the code. They came in, handcuffed him, took him out. We wrote him up, all that. She was doing the same job. She was new. But she could have been paying more attention than that, man. She could have been paying more attention than that. So, you got to watch them too. Because had he did something to himself, let's say he would have used that coat and put it around his neck or something, I'm all the way at the top and they would have blamed me even more. So you got to watch them too, because they want to do the job like you until one of them dude, a big dude, they talking crazy. Like I always diffuse it. Like if I know she weak, and she just overdoing it because she with me, I'd be like, come on, let me talk to him. Let me talk. I shut him right down because you not finna instigate me into no extra battles. That's what happens. I'm telling you. Then it's like another guy. He attacked the kind of weak dude. Well, he wasn't weak per se, but he wasn't like me. He wasn't me. So he beat both of them up. What do y'all think they did? They put him on my, like, we're going to fix you. They put him on my pod, right? So he thinks, so they be automatically thinking they got something to prove. Man, ain't nobody scared of Howard. Ain't nobody worried about Howard. So they automatically, some of them was acting up on me just to prove points. So he goes in the shower and doesn't want to come out. I'm like, hey, y'all lock in, man. Man, come on, man. Man, get him from over here, man. You know how they be. So they lock in. We open the door, come out the shower. I said it once, said it nice. Come on out the shower, man. I said, get out of the shower. Like I started yelling at him. He comes out walking, trying to strut, trying to show off for them. Man, you know, yeah, I know you know about me, man. Say, man, I get down, man. You know, I've been whoop y'all staff. Hey, because he dumped one of my guys, man. The guy was little. He dumped him on his head. Head was busted in the back. So I'm waiting for him anyway. And they knew we're going to put him over there with Howard. He want to keep attacking staff. Let's see what he going to do. So he stays in the shower. He comes out when I tell him. He said, man, don't effing touch me. So I did him like this. I put my finger on his shoulder and did that. I said, I touched you. Now what? I said, do me like you did them. Because sometimes I get amped up. I said, do me like you did them. Man, you think you tough, man. You old, man. All this other. Okay, I'm old, man. Easy win. Do me like you did them. He said, man, ain't nobody think about you, man. I'm trying to get out. I think I gained his respect after that. Because when I came out after that, or when I came to work after that, he dapping me up. Oh, what up, Howard? To getting out the shower, doing everything I tell him. But with her, even though she was cool and everything, he pieced her up. Bip, bip, boom. They don't be wanting to admit that it's true. You are the weaker vessel in many cases. They don't be wanting to admit it. They don't be wanting to admit that they are the weaker vessel. But they always trying to raise some boys, though. That's why these dudes out here acting soft. They don't got no communication skills. A man, like I teach my sons, man, if somebody speak, you speak back, even if you don't like them. And I teach my sons communication skills. And you know, sometimes people don't be wanting to talk to people. That's fine, as long as you know how to talk to people. So a woman, is some things a woman can't teach a man. And women mess up their marriages. But I said I was going to play Charleston White. Hold on.
Spoke to the woman, he didn't talk to the man. The idle mind. That's why all this is in their head. A woman ruin marriages because what's in their head. The devil stay playing in their head. You have a closer relationship to God. She have a way closer relationship to the devil. That's why he speaks to her. That's why it's important for a woman to have the right kind of man to have a God. Other than that, the devil gonna stay playing in her head.
I'm gonna let y'all hear it again.
The devil spoke to the woman, he didn't talk to the man. The idle mind. That's why all this is in their head. A woman ruin marriages because what's in their head. The devil stay playing in their head. You have a closer relationship to God. She have a way closer relationship to the devil. That's why he speaks to her. That's why it's important for a woman.
The Lord told me this. The word Lord means demon.
The devil gonna stay playing in her head.
Okay, so, and if that happens with marriages, what do you think is gonna happen at work? If they doing that with somebody under the same roof as them, you don't stand a chance. You're going to have to be completely passive. I talked about earlier with people in general, and I mentioned women who bite a chunk out of your manhood. You want to deal with the women who don't do that. If you at work, this is the women that you cool with should be the women that leave you alone, that don't bother you, that's respectful towards you. Them the ones you talk to, them the ones you deal with. The rest you just keep your distance from. I'm gonna give you another example. It was this one, she was cool, man. She was cool from day one. Like, even when I was going back to the back and train, they got mad because I was out there talking to her. I wasn't trying to get with her or nothing, even though she was fine. We just was cool. And so I knew that she had a baby with an inmate, and I never said nothing because I was cool with her. But me being just a little messy, if she would have been one of them ones that you talking about, Alvin, I would have been like, yeah, no, I wouldn't have came out and said it. I would have waited till she tried to get me in trouble. Just like when that one, the reason why I got put on a 30-day probation, because my partner went back there and told them that she heard me say what I said. And I ain't gonna say, I did say it. When I told him, I ain't that Chinese lady. This dude raped and murdered a woman, and I never held it against him. When he came on my pod, I didn't know that's what they brought him back in there for. He came on my pod. I said, man, you back here already? He said, man, what you worry about what I do? Just went off on me. I said, hey, listen, man, you ain't gonna win. He acted like he was gonna attack me or something. I told him, you ain't gonna win. So the dude that was on the scene that ran off and left, I said, you was smart for leaving. Before he got his turn, like, he said, man, I got up out of there. But he told me what happened. I said, that is crazy. And eventually we found out because it was in his files, like when you click on his name. And so when I said that, they called her to the office first and asked her what happened. She like, I heard them say it. So I'm like, oh, she need to worry about herself. Then I told her, like, you know, they be back there touching her. You think they did something? No. Really, because they couldn't see it. They's like, man, Howard, man, you a hater, bro. Because I'm like, get out. Like, they back there touching her up. I come right back there. Get out. Man, come on, man. Get out. I said, man, you hating, man. She going, she going. It's rough, man. I know what you're going through. I know what you're going through. Don't keep arguing with them. Sometimes you need to tell people, if you making money, you getting a good life out of your job, you doing better there than you could do somewhere else, then just tell them, like, you got it. Okay. All right. Smile at them. Give them a thumbs up or something. Do something white that white people do. Give them the Buck Rogers. Be like, do something corny and just walk away. And they might say, look at this corny mother bleep. They call you any names. Document everything they say and do, and you say and do nothing. If you know the women, you having a hard time out of the women, don't even get with any of them. You can't trust them. They'll twist the story. Have your life all messed up. Women been messing up men's lives since the beginning because they don't want to do, in a lot of cases, what they here to do. They'll take your last name and be thinking they're going to tell you what to do. You marry somebody, they get your last name. Think they gonna keep sex from you. So let me get this straight. Guys be getting mad. I was savagely clapping women out here. I took that personal when she was denying me. Every time she denied me sex and wasn't sick or on her period, I always took it personal because I knew how I had it before I met her. Women been messing dudes' lives up, taking their money, sending them to the poorhouse, homeless, everything. Yeah, you got some cases where we do it to them. But they file 80% of the divorces. Probably got billions of dollars. They get men fired from jobs every single day. They'll be sucking the boss off and tell the boss that they don't like you and he come lay you off or fire you. This been going on. Remember in the Bible with King Herod? With the woman he wasn't even supposed to be with, got mad because John the Baptist confronted her and she said, told her daughter, seduce him. And then she said, look, tell him you want John the Baptist's head. He said, what you want me to do for him? Herod trick. She said, I want John the Baptist's head on the platter. A man of God lost his life over that woman. Think of how many women setting dudes up and the dudes die. Don't tell me nothing about them, man. I'll make my own judgments. Do not try to act, no, dude, no. Now, flip side, again, at work, whether you at work, relationship, if they good, you don't treat them bad. You don't treat no good woman bad. I don't care how she looks. And man, shoot, me personally, I always been that type that'll deal with a not so attractive one. Especially if she treat me like a king. She treated me like a king. Hold on, y'all care what these other dudes think. I don't. Because you can upgrade any chick. She can get her hair done. Something wrong with her teeth, she can get her teeth fixed. It's little stuff that can be done. And look, you got a good... And I would tell you this. With them ones that are not so attractive, this is what I want you to do. I want you to upgrade them or get them to upgrade themselves. And let's see if they still remain good like they were. I'm telling you, man, going back to Adam and Eve. Adam was the dominator. Adam was the dominant one. Eve is the one that caused all that problem. Adam just added to it by going along with it. But if she would have been who she was supposed to be, Adam, even though he was a simp, he would have still been able to be in the right frame of mind. So they gonna gossip. You can't stop it. Just stay away from it. Just flash on them. Get your money right, man. Just go in there. If y'all could wear jewelry, just flash on them and then don't even deal with them. Just kind of be politely distant. I call it politely distant. You gonna get revenge on them by doing that more than anything. You got nice shoes. You smelling good. See me, another way you can get them is by coming in there and not even giving a crap. But I mean, look, when I used to go to work, I had my little ponytail. I wasn't all the way disheveled. Like sometimes I have been stained. I ain't give a F you. You ain't nobody. But as I get older, I want to be a little more fly. I got my moments where I don't care, but those moments are kind of fading away. But I'm going to always come back to that because it's wonderful. It's wonderful when people know that their opinions of you mean nothing. So sometimes, man, just switch it up on them. Like, Go in there with your car washed and waxed and you got cologne on. You ain't discussing none of your personal business. You go up to the vending machine, pull out a bankroll. And if the woman that you cool with, if she lose somebody in her family and y'all got a card, y'all raising money, boom, hit her with something. The one you ain't cool with, don't just sign the card. Don't give her nothing. Sign the card as polite distance. Don't give her no money though, because she been dissing you. A woman that's dissing you don't deserve no money or gifts. I don't care. It could be your own mama. She dissing you, man, don't be doing all this stuff. That's what's wrong with them now. Guys always letting them off the hook. Your job is good to you. Polite distance, bro. Polite distance. And then just get them more than anything. The women that ain't got a problem with you, you real nice to them. You real respectful towards them. You dealing with them even if it came down to dating. But the ones that ain't, let them see that the reason why I don't deal with you is because you be causing problems for me. And they see you talking to the other one. Like, how, even, dude, I'm going to tell you how I get. If you really dissing me strong and I see a couple women that I'm cool with, I'll speak to them. I won't say nothing to you. Or I'll switch them all the way up. I'll be super polite with the one I know don't like me. I'll speak to everybody and speak to them first. And if they react negatively, okay, you want to make this messy. So next time I ain't gonna speak to you at all. I'm gonna speak to the ones I'm cool with. It could get messy with these women in the workplace, man. The best batch of women that I worked with was when I worked at the nursing home, Wheaton Franciscan. But as cool as I was with the ones that was doing the same job as me, it was one of the supervisors. Oh, she was terrible. And looked terrible too. She looked like Throw Mama from the Train, younger version. And me and her used to battle. Oh my goodness. She used to tell me when I did this job, we only was making, I said, this a new time. What's this, 10, 15 years later? So we had a whole thing. We said, we got to talk to human resource. We got to get more pay. But by the time they got in there, I got so tired of her, I quit. Like, man, I can't work with her, man. She's terrible. And I quit. This is why I start liking jobs like paper routes, DoorDash, pizza delivery. But even with that, like I had times with that. I sat and told this chick, look, me and my family, we going through some rough times. I just need to be able to work. You know, if I could stay, somebody else could go home. Just gave her a complete spiel, right? Why, when I came back, she still sent me home? A lot of them heartless, too. Y'all be going easy on them because they got titties. They got a little smelly vagina, probably, and then probably ain't got no hair on it. Probably smell like the bottom of a person's foot in the summertime. And y'all be going easy on them. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes it'll benefit you. Like, look, I'm going to stay on this job 2 more years. I'm going to try to stack up 30,000. And when you leave, you could give her both fingers. F you. I never liked you. Never liked you. Now what? You gonna get me in trouble? And do my little sinister laugh. That's my sinister laugh. When I'm down there with you in the mess. I don't believe in giving women free passes that don't benefit you and they don't deserve it, or they disrespectful towards you. I would have been cheating on her like crazy. If I wasn't a believer, I would have been. Oh, here it come, baby. Here it come, baby. Oh! You don't deny me no sex and then try to tell me about some bills? What the hell is wrong with you? You got mental, you need some therapy? How is any woman, right? Any woman, you her boss on the job, and she trying to tell you what to do. Or even in a relationship, she got your last name and telling you what she not gonna do. A lot of y'all, it's been time for you to quit some of these jobs, and it's been time. See, your problem is and not you, Alvin. I don't know what your financial situation is. It must be all right, because you kicked a couple ducats down. You got a couple of them ducats. But a lot of people, man, it's like it's been time for separation. Some of y'all work with all women and they are terrible. You don't believe in yourself, man. You should be trying to build your money up and or get another job. This is why, if you don't, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I know the day is coming where I'm gonna work with women and stuff. I know how to do it now. I'm just not gonna deal with them. If they not cool and respectful, I'm going to be polite and I'm going to play that game. I'm going to be fake at work. If I'm getting a bankroll, man, who cares about them? Care about them? That's where I did mess up in the past. I shouldn't have even been paying no attention to them broads. But it wasn't many jobs that I shouldn't have quit. It was a couple. But them couple that I shouldn't have quit, I shouldn't have been paying no attention. Who are they? They women. I'm stronger. I'm the male figure. I'm the male figure with the flesh trigger. Yeah. That's why, look, these women still don't get it. The reason why the marriage rate is down, the reason why the birth rate is down, it's safe to say that I have contributed somehow to that with this content. Me and the rest of us in this space. But also, they contributed to a lot of these jobs being unfilled because they don't like they done ran somebody off the job. No, low marriage rate, low birth rate. People hip to these chicks, man. And it's not all of them, man. But look, this is how you do it. If they cool, you cool. If they not cool, you dump, you separate, you distance. Whichever one is the best move. And on that note, I'm going to close this out, man. I hope that helps. Shout out to Alvin H for the content by request. Thank you for the support. And if any of the rest of you have a content by request, feel free to send a Cash App, preferably of $1.99 or more, and state what you want me to talk about, and I will. Members, if you're on the low tier, you still get one content by request per week. And you don't have to send the $1.99 unless you want to. You're on the high tier, you get one a day. Yeah. So look into those memberships. But the rest of you can get content by request as well. Thank y'all for watching. Keep tuning in for more videos.